Uh, you will eat the bugs. You know, I've eaten many a bug in my day. When I was a kid, I got really into wilderness survival, and I guess so. My brother got this book. It was like Dan Brown's Wilderness Survival Field Guide or something. When I don't know, he was probably 7 or 8. I was like 5 or 6, and man, I tore that thing up. I remember he told me a story about a boy. He got lost in the Rocky Mountains. It was really hot during the day, like 90 degrees. And at some point he took off his jacket and kept walking. You know, it was really hot out in the afternoon. Night came, and he died that night. Very sad. And they found him a day or two later, curled up against a tree in a t-shirt. He was dead. He died of hypothermia. Because, you know, it gets really cold in the mountains at night as soon as the sun sets. So I remember hearing that story as a little boy and just being like, thinking how sad it was and how I didn't want that to be me. So I got just real into wilderness survival and just started tearing up everything I could about wilderness survival. I eventually got into scouts, and and while in scouts, I took wilderness survival merit badge like a bunch of times just to go on the little camp out where you build a shelter out in the woods. Good time. So inevitably during my tenure doing this stuff, I ate bugs. I got real into it for a while. And I was just, 10 to 13 or so. I would go out in the woods and I'd try to dig up ant nests and eat the ant eggs, and I would try to cook crickets on the fire and grasshoppers and things like that, cook them in soup and with onion grass and just random stuff like that. And they don't taste that bad. So, and I remember I went to China years back, and while I was there, went to this one market, and now that I look back on it, it kind of was like a tourist trap type market. I was 19 years old at that time, and I tried like fried scorpions and a bunch of other insects, and the fried scorpions were good. Not gonna lie, they were delicious. So keep an open mind about eating bugs. Now, there's something in the media today that most of you probably are aware of, and there is a push for the green agenda to eat bugs and to push eating bugs. I don't necessarily think that is right, especially because they're pushing it in a very unethical way and just trying to kind of push out and shut down regular meat. Now, trying to make it more socially acceptable to eat like fried grasshoppers or something, yeah, sure, why not? But demonizing red meat and stuff is not the way to go. Not the way to go. But I'm a little bit hesitant. There's a lot of people who they push back so hard on the insect meat. I don't even know if you can call it meat, insect consumption, because of the media push and the demonization and the politicization of meat. All I'm saying is don't knock it before you try it. Definitely try it. There's definitely ways to make it delicious. It's not abnormal in human culture or in history to consume insects. So that being said, though, there's something about red meat and its demonization that's a little bit disturbing. If you've made it, a lot of people probably have turned this off by now because they're pissed off that I'm talking about bug meat not being that bad. But here we go with the red meat stuff. So I don't know the chemical. I'll have to look that up. I'll find it later. There's a chemical in red meat that when you eat it, it causes your body to release oxytocin. Other meat doesn't do that. Chicken doesn't do that. Cow does it and other red meats, but basically, I think it's mammal meat, causes a oxytocin release in your body. So what does that do? Well, when you eat red meat or animal meat in a group of people, you bond with them and you form a chemical bond with them. Same with, your animal. If you feed your dog red meat, there's a bonding process with that. And that's probably one of the things that enabled us to domesticate dogs, was sharing meat with them, because I believe they also have an oxytocin or similar chemical release when they eat it. And so the war on red meat and the attempt to ban it or make it so unprofitable to grow is pretty disturbing, because everything going on, it seems, in the past few years has been what seems like an attempt to isolate and remove us from our bonds with each other. And I believe that the ban on red meat could be a second, like another form of that fight of isolation. So keep that in mind. Share a steak with somebody. Definitely share a steak with someone, share some meat with somebody, and enjoy it. Get out hunting. I've been out here kind of scouting around an area that I'm planning to go bow hunting after Christmas. And I found some good, solid trails that have fresh and old deer imprints in them, which makes me believe that they're used a lot, and where it comes up from the water up the hill, it's like the perfect little path. And I found a couple really great ambush spots right around it, so I'm really excited about that. So we'll get out there soon after Christmas when things chill out a little bit. So yeah, don't just bash insect meat right off the bat. That's my suggestion, because it can be good. But also resist this insane narrative of demonization of red meat and stuff. Now, factory farming and stuff is pretty dirty. So, grow your own, find someone local. We, this entire summer, we bought all of our beef from a local farm that has it butchered by a butcher locally. It was like only like 50 cents more per pound too. It wasn't even like that crazy. And yeah, I know some people 50 cents a pound's a lot. I'm very blessed, I guess. I'm very blessed. I am very blessed that I don't really worry about that. So, if you're struggling financially, I totally get it. And, you do what you need to do. I don't judge anyone. I'm just saying what we do. But yeah, we were able to get it all local, and it's really nice looking meat. A lot of the meat at the grocery store, if you look at it and you cook it, you'll find that it has either red dye in it or some type of dye in it that makes it more red. We were buying at the beginning of the pandemic meat from this one place because it was one of the only places that would deliver, or they didn't deliver, let you do curbside at the time. And God, the meat was fucking. All I'll say, the company has a red logo. They're not known for their groceries, and it was like, it had like this weird red juice, and it was nasty. It was nasty. So yeah, buy local. Try to if you can. Go out and harvest your own, grow your own, hunt, fish, whatever. Just get outside. It's really helps you to forget about some of the madness going on in the world. Yeah. We live in strange times. We live in very strange times, and they're a little bit disturbing at times. But part of it is the separation and the inability to really coherently have conversations with people, because the rules and regulations and what's happening, and it's changing so fast. And I don't think that is I don't think that's a mistake. It's unfortunate, but what are you going to do about it? You know, what can you do? What can you do? Whew. Yeah. Head on over to www.theradiounderground.com. We have a podcast that's on Anchor and Spotify. And find us on Twitter. And enjoy your day. Stay free. Build great things together. And find your community.